Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome John Graff.
Good morning. Welcome to NI Week 2010. As you heard from Dr. T, this morning we want to talk to you about time. Now, time is a fundamental aspect of measurements. Whether you're doing low-speed temperature measurements for an in-vehicle data logging system, or high-speed RF measurements for testing wireless devices, the element of time is always at play. As engineers and scientists, we talk about sample rates, clock rates, frequency, measurement period. Again, it all comes back to time. But for us, time is not just about measurements. As this definition shows, there's the aspect of time that's related to how long it takes for an action or process to happen. Now, whether we're in business or in research, we frequently hear phrases like time to market or time in market, design time or development time, production time, cycle time, and more. And the focus on this aspect of time and these phrases has only taken on more urgency as our businesses look to recover from the global economic recession. But I think if you step back and you think about these phrases and this aspect of time, you can simplify it, as Ben Franklin did long ago, by saying time is money. Right? We hear and see examples of this every day. Companies that are late to market with new products and new technologies, costing them millions in lost revenue. Other companies with inefficiencies in their production or manufacturing that leads to poor use of capital for building and equipments. Now, what's probably the simplest link that demonstrates the link between time and money? Well, what is it our employers pay us for? Our time. And obviously, they want to make the most use out of that as they can. Now, as Dr. T pointed out this morning, we are also increasingly seeing the cost to our companies and our countries by a lack of time dedicated towards innovation. Now, since our company's founding over 30 years ago, we've always had a focus on looking for ways to help our users with their time. As entrepreneurs, Dr. T, Jeff, and Bill were originally driven by a frustration with the amount of time it took to automate an instrumentation system. As we embarked on our vision of virtual instrumentation, again, the focus was on time. Fundamentally, virtual instrumentation was about providing you tools that let you more easily and more quickly acquire data, analyze that data, and then present or store that data. Now, key to powering the virtual instrumentation revolution is leveraging commercial technologies and Moore's Law, especially with the PC. Now, skeptics would laugh. I mean, here was this company that was trying to tell engineers and scientists that by spending their own time developing their own solution with modular hardware and software, that they would come out ahead. But as most of you know, you did come out ahead. Now, sure, this approach has always been about lower cost, but there's more to it than that. This approach gave you more flexibility, which is about time. It gave you better integration, which is about time. It gave you higher performance, which is about time. And it made you more productive, which is about time. Now, as our vision has evolved to graphical system design, our focus is even more on time. Yes, we still help you acquire, analyze, and present your data, but now we are focused on the time it takes for you to design, prototype, and deploy your system. Whether that's a production test system for military radios or an innovative biomedical machine for testing individual cells. Now, some things haven't changed. It's still about modular hardware and software, and it's still about leveraging commercial technologies, including multi-core processors, FPGAs, and distributed real-time networks. Now, this morning, we're going to show you some examples of how the capabilities of our hardware and software continue to expand. And while we're going to give you plenty of technology this morning and throughout NI Week, I hope you will also see that our focus remains on one very important aspect of time, your time. So where I'd like to begin this morning is an area where NI has helped significantly reduce costs and find lost time for many companies, and that's production test. Now, test engineers today face increasing challenges to improve system performance, as well as find ways to lower the cost of production and validation tests.